for a walk again, as usual by the lake. It's a bit drizzling today. You can see how the weather is. It's a bit not bright as always. It has been now. The weather is turning to a different weather altogether. Yeah, so we are getting ready. But the one thing I want to talk about today is selecting commitments, our daily commitments, the things that we do daily. For example, selecting tasks. When you have so many different tasks, it can be very stressful for you to fulfill and know which one should I begin with. But then when you try to select the most important tasks of the day, you'll be very productive and you will not feel stress. It won't be stressful for you. So it's something that I also just realized of recent, that when I wake up, I want to catch this, I want to catch this, I want to do this, I want to finish this. But I realize that there's lots of different things that I need to fulfill during the day. But then I had to pause and think of like, wait a minute, I think I need to start selecting, choosing which one is more important than the other. So I'm out here with a friend. She's not going to appear here, but I just want to hear her view about what she thinks about what I've just shared. What do you think about the tasks we have every day? Like we have a lot of piles, and I feel like it's so important for us to be selective with our tasks.
Yeah, it's actually pretty important to like be very selective. I mean, choosing your tasks or setting them in a hierarchy from like either the smallest to the biggest, or the most important to the least important. Because then it gives you, I mean, for me, sometimes I always start like with the smallest task.
Yeah.
Because the moment I am able to like fulfill the task, and it gives me that booster to go to the next one, and then to the next one, and then to the next one. So at the end of the day, even if I'm not able to go through every task of the day, I know I've come a long way, because I might have probably, gotten more than halfway through all the tasks. And it gives you a sense of fulfillment. So I think it's really important to be able to like select what is important, because if you, let's say you start from the biggest task and you're not able to finish it, the smallest one don't get done.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you're stuck and you didn't feel like you achieved anything for the day. But if you started with the smallest one first and then probably like worked your way out, at the end of the day, when you are not even able to get to the biggest one to even fulfill that, to complete it, you feel a sense of fulfillment, because you've come through, some task. So at the end of the day, you feel very gingered up for the next day. Like, oh yes, yesterday I couldn't do this, so let me continue from where I left off. And it feels so good. So for me, like, I think being very selective and being purposeful, like with what you're doing, it helps you a lot.
Yeah, thank you so much, because you mentioned starting with the small ones. I one time read an article about, somebody wrote about the 1 minute rule. The 1 minute rule, I've used that in the house with the children, and it works for me, because the 1 minute rule is all about that. Get the task that does not take you more than a minute and accomplish it immediately. Like, for example, when they finish eating, I just said, it takes you just less than a minute. Can you take it in the dishwasher?
Exactly.
And then when they realize that, it's less than a minute, just seconds, they immediately go and do that. So starting with the small tasks, one has to also consider the 1 minute rule.
Exactly.
So that 1 minute rule works for me a lot in the house, not only the children, but myself also.
Exactly.
I say, okay, how long does it take me to do this? True, I just immediately go and do that.
Right.
I think, selecting tasks is so important to avoid stress and help us really run our daily life and be able to have time. Like right now, we are out walking regardless. It's a bit chilly and windy, cloudy, a bit drizzling, but we are enjoying our walk out here because we have been selecting some tasks before we came out, and we are going to go back and catch up with other tasks to avoid being stressful and have your own ample time. So that's what we wanted to share today. I wanted to share, sorry, because I'm the friend, so she had to chip in. Next time, maybe she will appear in the camera. Okay, bye for now. Be blessed.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.